Hi, welcome back to Coldstream Rod Shop. I'm Derek Fraser. We are working on the bodywork on the 32 Ford pickup cab. I'm going to do a little demonstration of applying the fill, but I'm going to go over the different stages of what we're doing. I had a couple questions from a few friends. It's like, what are the different stages? Because like when I was younger, like 18, there wasn't quite as many stages to doing bodywork. So metalwork is done. We've done the sandblasting. We've epoxy primed the whole cab. We seam sealed the welds from the inside. I've put fiberglass over any of the welds on the outside, and scuffed the epoxy primer before I did that. Right now we're at this stage, the regular body fill and skim coats on the body and basically blocking it and getting it square. We'll be sanding 40 and 80 grit. Then the next stage will be high build primer, sand, and then there's a product, like if I miss some scratches or something, you used to be able to use like a putty, which was a lacquer-based stuff. Hated the stuff, but this is the product I was using. I thought it was feather fill, but it's a Evercoat Spotlight. So if I get any scratches in the high build primer that I want to fill up that I don't think the second coat will cover, I'll just touch it up with this stuff. It sands wickedly. I like it. It's pretty good stuff. So there's two stages of high build primer, or at least that's the way I like to do it. And I'll sand up to 320, 420, 320, 400 that is. Then hit it with a coat of sealer, and then I'll be doing a single stage paint on top of that. Now, if you were doing a base clear coat, there's a few more steps there. I'm not going to cover because I'm not going to do it. Lots of videos on YouTube about that stuff. So I'm just going to do a demonstration of me mixing up body fill and applying it to the car. I'm using, I guess somebody's called it platinum body filler, the high-end stuff, Evercoat Rage Ultra. It's not cheap stuff, but it sands really, really nice. I'm down the bottom, but I've got some more stuff down here. So one thing, whenever I'm doing body fill, I really like clean stuff. So I clean my pad, I clean my spatula, I clean everything before I do the next application. So just get a little bit more. I'll clean this when I come back and finish. One thing everybody does, and I'm probably guilty of it too, is putting a little bit too much cream hardener in there. And the more you put in there, the faster the stuff sets. So I think you only need like 2% or something. It's a little extra is better than not enough, in my opinion. But if you put too much in, it really hardens fast. Now, one thing I was taught, I used to fold this stuff over. If you fold the body fill over, you will put air bubbles in it. So I was at my brother-in-law's body shop a few years back, and one of the guys was showing me. He says, basically, don't fold it over. Just basically keep pushing it down until you get a consistent color. You do have to kind of gather it all up and make sure that you get it all mixed, because you want a perfectly consistent color. You don't want to see the body fill color in there. So I'm just trying to be careful not to fold it and introduce air bubbles into the body fill. I think we got looking pretty good there, actually. Just gonna check on my, yep, nice good color. So I've got two panels here. Hopefully this is the last coat on these two panels. Over here you can see I've sanded this with a block, and I've got little low spots. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try and cover the center. Now, I'm not a professional. This is a part-time thing. I'm sure that you can find somebody on YouTube that'll give you more tips and tricks than what I just did, but this is the basics. Really just intended for the average guy working on this stuff. I can feel that it's actually starting to set. Not a whole lot different than drywalling, just smellier. So I'm just going to keep working it so that again, lots of guys who do this 40, 50, 60 hours a week can probably do this better than I can, but in the end, I'll get it, probably just with a couple more applications, a little more sanding. So I'm actually just going to leave it there. I'm going to let that set up. We'll come back after lunch, and I'm going to block it down with 40 grit. And like I said, I always like to clean stuff up. Just going to go grab our rag here. The reason why I clean it up is because if there's any little bits and pieces or chunks, when you go to spread it next time, you're going to get a line in your body fill. So just I'll use some acetone and clean all my tools up here. But that's my demonstration of applying a little bit of body fill for skim coats. Big shout out to Evercoat Rage, really nice stuff to sand. You get what you pay for. So anyway, that's my demonstration for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please leave your comments, subscribe, and everybody have a great long weekend. Take care, everybody. Cheers.